In this activity we have two objectives. First is to determine the initial setting time for the cement paste. Second is to determine the final setting time of the cement paste. Before we proceed, allow me to explain the time setting of the test. This test determines the time which elapses before the paste ceases to be fluid and plastic or initial set, and also the time required for it to harden to a certain degree or final set. The initial time refers to the time that cement turns into paste by mixing with water and begins to lose its plasticity. And the time that cement completely loses its plasticity by mixing with water and begins to have a certain structural strength is known as the final setting time. The apparatuses needed are the following: Vicat apparatus, weighing balance, timer, measuring cylinder, glass plate, Vicat mold, tray, trowel. The test procedure for initial and final setting time is divided into three phases: preparation of test, determination of initial setting time, determination of final setting time. Consistency of cement shall be tested before conducting a test to find out the percentage of the water required by the weight of the cement as normal consistency of cement. Next, take about 300 grams of cement and add water about 0.85 times P, where P is the percentage of water required for normal consistency of cement. Mix the water with cement quickly in a short time, about 3 to 5 minutes. Stop the stopwatch at the instance when water is added to the cement. Record this time as T1. Now, put this prepared cement paste in a Vicat apparatus mold having a diameter of 80 mm and a height of 50 mm resting on a non-porous glass plate. Properly fill and smooth off the top surface of the mold to level it. For determining the initial setting time of cement, place this mold filled with cement paste below the Vicat apparatus and fit the needle used for testing the initial setting time. Lower the bottom of the needle such that it touches the top of the cement paste. Remove the locking pin from the top and quickly release the needle, allowing it to penetrate into the cement paste. At the beginning, the needle of course penetrates and touches the bottom of the mold. Repeat this process by quickly releasing the needle after every 2 minutes until the needle penetrates the cement paste for about 5 mm measured at the bottom of the mold. Take note on T2, when the needle fails to penetrate 5 mm from the bottom of the mold. For determining the final setting time of the cement, replace the initial setting time needle with the final setting time. We weren't able to follow the standard procedure because there's no final setting time needle available in the lab. We utilized the initial setting time needle instead. However, it is highly recommended to use the appropriate final setting needle to get accurate results. Now, slightly release the needle on the surface of the cement paste and observe that it is making an impression of the ring on the surface. Note the time when needle fails to make an impression on the surface of cement paste. The engineering students concluded that both the initial and final setting time passed the ASTM and its standards. Since the initial setting time was greater than 30 minutes and 45 minutes and the final setting time was less than 600 minutes and 345 minutes. Since the initial and final setting time ISA coming in between the prescribed range, it means that the lab experiment was performed accurately.